Take two. I got my coffee, I got my rulers right here, I got my trusty marker, and we've got Buffalo Creek we're going to talk about today. Buffalo Creek is a part of our mountain, and I've got a plat over here on the wall. Come on, let me talk to you and show you a little bit how we develop land, what I've got in mind with Buffalo Creek. So, as you guys know, this is, well, you may not know this is 160 acres of future home sites for our company, all right? This portion down here is where, this is Industrial Road. So actually, you guys, this is where we are at right now. This is where Tiny Town is right here. You come out and our property line is almost, I'd like to build a bridge across Industrial Road, and we can walk over there. But right here, we're gonna have a little road that'll access into the existing mountain development. There's this entrance into the mountain development. And then from here, all this is the 85 lots that we've been working on for a couple years, and we're gonna get this thing done hopefully in the next 4 months.
But just on that small part, because this is the whole property.
Yeah, so just this is 85 lots, we got that. And that is actually separated by geographic, because you have a mountain here, all right? You got a mountain that comes around here, and then this is, see how these lines are really close together? So if you know anything about a topographical map, when these little lines are closer together, that means it's super steep, okay? And like, you can see how they're separated out a little bit? All right, that means it's flatter in there. So you can see how this is kind of steep, it goes up in here. This is a holler, we call them hollers back, and it goes up a hill, up to this flat, and this is a ridge. The reason I know that is because I've walked just about every square inch of this place 10 times. So in the mountain area, this is what our first part of our development we were going to do. We didn't know if we were going to develop all this or what we're going to actually do in the future. But this mountain has its own entrance. It has its own access. Look at this topo line. See how far apart they are right here? That means a great big field in here. And it's beautiful. And we're going to try to just leave that as a field, fence it off, put some horses out there. We actually got a little wooded area in the middle. And I was thinking about building a barn and maybe a wedding venue in the future for our mountain development, okay? But these people who invested in this, they came with us first. This is their lots. This is kind of like, it's almost isolated from the rest of the mountain.
Right.
All right, so now we're gonna develop Buffalo Creek. And we've got a lot of people interested in Buffalo Creek. And that's our next.
Where is Buffalo Creek?
Where is it? So we come out of our building. So we come out of Tiny Town. These are the main TVA power lines that come through here. So what we do, turn right, you go past the mountain development, you come down here, and this is where we're gonna enter, about right here, we're gonna enter Buffalo Creek. We got a little bridge right there, we got a little driveway access. Now you can see these property lines, or the topo lines are really separated far apart. Well, that means it's flat. So we got a big field in here, actually a retaining ditch in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here, we've got a road cut all the way back. And you can see, let me show you a little bit about a topo map. Can you see that, Amanda? See this contour line? This one, see how far apart they are? Way in here. So this is what we call a holler, and it's really flat, it's really nice. And we've got a road all the way back in here, and look how it flat, flat, flat. Look how far that goes and how far apart they are. This is beautiful land in here. This is massively heavily wooded. And I've walked, like I said, a bunch to know how it lays. Then you come in here and look how you turn left. See how it's separated, separated, separated? And then it, boom, it goes steeper. And then up here, it's like a cliff, right? Here, it's really steep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build this a road that'll access this up into here. We're gonna split off and look at that deep holler. We're almost up to the top of the ridge because this is a county road, East Lehigh County Road, okay? So you can see we're almost, and this is straight up and down right in here, all right? So let me take you all from this topo, or this land. These are our boundaries on 160 acres. Tell you what, let me give you an overview of the rest of the land, all right? We have an old road that goes on up, and this is, remember the time, Amanda, that we almost flipped the golf cart?
Oh, I remember.
All right, so we about flipped it. Let's see, we were coming up, we flipped we flipped it right there.
You flipped it?
Yeah, I was up on two wheels.
Oh, gosh.
She's screaming. So we went from here, and then look at this mountaintop. That is a ridge top. That's the flat. There's a huge area. All right, so we come up here. This road see how this is a ridge. That means you're at the top of the mountain. And look how flat. Look how flat that is. Look at that. See how flat that is? All the way to here. And then look how it keeps going flat. This is beautiful land up through here. And that's our future of what we're going to do. But this little road runs that entire length of this right here to our property line, right? And then it goes off and goes into somebody else's property, which we got great neighbors, boundary guys, and we work together. Now this road forks off and it goes this way, right? And then we got this beautiful outlook or overlook that looks Tiny Town from here. So you got up here is a ridge top. We may come off the county road. You can see, you follow those really nice contour lines, and you got just a little bit of a dip. You come down and then boom, uphill. You go uphill, and then this is a beautiful ridge top. We can follow a contour line around and connect to that ridge top, and then we just work our way back in here. Look at this big ridge. You come up here, we actually got a little drive up here that we fooled around with about a year ago, and it acts as this huge ridge top. Now, if you go down here, there's a road that goes in the bottom, and this road goes all the way around like this. There's not a road, this road stops, but this is what we call a holler. This is a ridge, and a holler that goes underneath. But look at the contour lines and how far apart they are, all right? And I love looking at maps. I love just thinking about this because there actually is a road here and it goes and stops. But then there's another trail, look, and it goes way back into here. Boom. And this is where our neighbor lives over here. But this is so pretty back in here. And then you can see, look at this little holler off to the left. Then you got another little holler. But look, if you take another road, look how far apart the lines are. Almost up to where this road is. So we may be able to circle around with a road here. And then this is a ridge cap. This is a ridge cap. This is a ridge. And look how far it goes back up on. And it starts sloping down a little bit. Anyway, I could spend hours on this thing dreaming and seeing it in my head. And then what I've done is I've walked the entire perimeter of this property. And then I have walked these hollers, and what I would do, I'd get right here and I'd go straight up and I'd come back down. I go here and I go straight up and I come back down. I go here straight up, come back down. And I've zigzagged this thing. I've come on these power lines. There's briars, there's pickers, there's everything in the world. And I've been going up and down. I've walked this circle, I bet you probably 20 times. And when I'm down here, I've went up. I went all over it. So I know it in my head. I'm thinking, okay, where can I put roads? And I got an inclometer and I shoot my inclometer and I says, okay, I don't want my roads to be more than 7%, 8%. Sometimes you can go up a little bit higher, but shorter distances. And I've learned all that through Brothers Cove. We developed property over in the Smoky Mountains. So this is Buffalo Creek. Now let me take you to a map and how I did this. This is just the Buffalo Creek area. So how I wrote this is I looked at, let me get from here, Amanda. So what I did is I put my marker right here and I looked at that and I just drew it with my hand. And I'm looking at that map and I'm just writing on here what I see there.
Well, it's spot on.
And so I just went boom, 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 boom. Now I've walked, of course, this Buffalo Creek, I've walked it 100 times. So I kind of know how I want to do this. Now all these little dots are kind of representation of homes. Now, we probably this is a big portion of Buffalo Creek, or the 160 original acres. And every blue dot is a potential home in here. As you can see, boom, there's all these roads. So we got a road already coming in right here. And this is actually like a little creek area that comes in here, the big pond area here. So we're gonna come in, we're gonna have a road this way, and it's gonna loop around, and it's gonna come up. And then both sides, and in between these houses, you're looking at least 100 feet between, 100, 150 feet. We've got all this coming through here. Now this land goes like this, it slopes. So I'm making my marker go down so that it's going down, okay? Or if you're here, you're going up. So it's kind of a slope all right here. So we're gonna cut us a road all the way in here. And as it goes up, up, up the mountain, then we come in, and I called it once before cliff dwellers, right? And I've done this big time over in Smoky Mountains at Brothers Cove, a community that we had, and it was massively steep. Over there, we had 80% grades. I'm talking like this. You actually, look, you're standing here, right? My little stick figure.
Who is that?
Who is that? I mean, it was like you had to crawl to pull yourself up. And do you know what we did over there? That was at Brothers Cove. We actually came in here, Yump and I did. We cut this bank out like this, and we had maybe 8 feet right there. We ended up digging down, filled that full of concrete. We had some bolts sticking up, and then this is a road. And I bet you it was 150 feet straight down almost. And we had a big crane. Look at my crane, Amanda. And we had this crane, and it set this pole.
I remember this.
Right there, like that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the pole, wait a minute, the pole went, it was up about right. And we cut a road right here. So now you got a car, and this is a road, hi. So what we did is we ended up setting these poles right here, and then we ended up putting trusses that cantilevered out like that, and then we built a house on top of that with rails, right? And then here's the trees, right? And you could stand here and touch the top of the trees.
That is true.
And we did 17 homes like that because this road went around the mountain, and it was steep like that all the way across.
And you called them platform homes.
And they were platforms. So this is the mountain steep. We put a road around here. We had platform, 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 platform. And every one of the houses, and you can go to brotherscove.com and look at all this. And what happens is I aimed the houses to go out, out, out. And do you know when you're standing out here on that see how that one's higher and that one's higher and that one's higher? Complete privacy. And out on these platforms, we actually built fireplaces. And it had a stack on it. And you could build an outdoor fireplace that had hot tubs out on top of it. And you park your car on the platform.
They were stone
amazing
fireplaces. Beautiful.
Yeah, stone fireplaces, everything. We've done that before. It's just so...
It's nothing new.
No, it's nothing new, and it's fun to do because you're taking land we call it God-forsaken land, like this.
It's not usable.
How can you build on that? So what happened is when I cut this pier in, then I cut the road in, and that road went around the mountain, then you're talking like, okay, where's all the sewer gonna go? And these were trusses, they were bar trusses. So where's the sewer going? We had to come back here, run a sewer, power, and water in that road, and then we took it all the way down to a flat area way back down here, and this is where all of our sewer was to take care of them 15 homes. Engineered it, took care of it, done, beautiful, water lines, everything. And that's why Yump is digging here today, because him and I work really well together, and we know what we're doing, and we had to have a big crane, set these poles. We don't have to do that on the mountain. So when I talk to you guys and I say, hey, this is what we're gonna do in Buffalo Creek. Buffalo Creek is like a walk in the park compared to Brothers Cove and what we had to do there, because the land is not as steep. It lays really, really well. So when we cut these roads into, this road's already cut in, part of this road. Now we're gonna put either this road or have access maybe from another road we may have access for, but it's gonna give us all these lots through here. And as we climb up an elevation, this is a big flat area, right? And this is a big flat area. And what I'd like to do is surround that flat area with some beautiful little cottages all the way around this area. And this holler has a little wet weather creek that comes through here. And what I'm proposing to do is we're gonna put a community center, and we're gonna do it the first thing. And what I want is a lot of these homes are gonna be our ESP homes, they're gonna be maybe our ESP cottage homes that we're coming out with, and they're gonna be, I'm gonna put a workshop in there. I want you to be able to go to the workshop, you can build stuff, build cabinets, tinker around, and I think it'd be a neat place for you guys to hang out. And we're gonna...
And I want you to specify, ESP Homes is Incrediboxes. Explain that.
They're Incrediboxes. That's your foam. So you got metal, you have foam, and you got metal, so they're a panel. And so the ESP, we call it engineered steel panel. ESP, we just came up with that phrase. And that's the Incredibox. And we're also gonna do the cottage and we did a video on that.
Incredicott.
In Credit Cottage. Go back a couple days and we'll show you that. We're actually building one as a model. I think the Credit Cottage is going to be amazing out here. It's going to look so cute. And also our Woody line. I know everybody's wanting, well, where's the Woody line? Well, we're doing the Woody line. We're actually building it. So once we get it going, my brain just works too fast for everybody here.
And just so you know, the Woody line, when he said we're going to build it, it's already started.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's already started, and the cottage already started. So, but I've always, my brain doesn't work too fast for the guys. They're moving. I meant to say is that I've got to stay ahead of everybody.
Yes.
So my ideas have got to be 6 months to a year out.
They have to be.
And that's why we're coming up with this. And this is the plan for Buffalo Creek, as you guys can see. So we may put an area in here for a building. Now, I'm not going to build anything inside this park area. This is the beautiful land. It lays gorgeous in
really
here.
Pretty.
I'd like to maybe put a pond underneath here and put another little, we'll see what we do here. But that water was what I'm wanting to do is take and maybe pump it back here, and we got us a creek, and it's actually flowing. All right, we took river rock from across over here on Tiny Town, and we built our huge pond with an island in the middle, and we've got tandem truckloads. We got a mountain full of river rock. So what we're gonna do is probably put that river rock and line it right in that creek. And then when we have that water line here, it'll dump and come back, and it'll just circulate. So that water, we'll have a creek down here. And what I want is picnic tables. I would love to have an outdoor venue for music. What do you call them, little shells, you know, that they can get out there and play music and stuff.
Oh, like the,
yeah, I know.
I can't think of
It's like that, like in Australia, they got that shell and they get in there and they can sing.
exactly.
Red Rocks has got it out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, this is going to be a community area that people can come down and walk to. And they can bring their dogs, and it's a long walk. From here to here is almost 2,000 feet long.
Oh, wow.
So it's a big, long walk. There's a lot of area to sit and talk, and we're going to make it a nice community area.
So how many dots is that? It looks like a lot of dots.
Well, and this is not accurate. This is just my sketch of it, but we're probably looking at about 200 home sites back in Buffalo Creek.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
great.
We've presently got about 37 people that have sent in $10,000 key money, which is just get you a spot right there.
Yeah.
And that spot, as long as yours is, you renew your lease and you contend to the policy of your lease and be good neighbors, right?
Right.
So there you have it. So you guys got that lot, and if you want to live within our community and you want to buy one of our model homes, of course, including the Woody, the new cottage we have, and the Incredibox. So, but we'll get into that later.
And we're getting ready to present packages.
Yeah, well, packages, things you guys can do. We're going to get you set up. Now, probably time frame. What are we looking at? Well, today, this is April, right? All right, so what we're doing is all of our excavators, Yump, and our guys, they're over on the mountain, which is all over here, and they're getting this done. We're hoping to get this done in about 4 to 5 months. We're going to get out the door and people living on there. Don't hold me to it. That's our goal. But right now, what we're going to I'm looking into is a whole nother crew of excavators building this. We want to start this ASAP. So either we're going to be hiring our own guys, operators, renting our equipment. I'm already looking into the different types of sewer systems we're looking into. We're looking into all this stuff to expedite this. We're not in COVID anymore. COVID really slowed us down here. Getting materials, city shut us down. The power company said they couldn't get transformers for the longest time for over here. So now we're rolling, and we think we can get this done pretty quick. Now, of course, 200 lots are not going to all be done by the first of the year, all right? But we're good. I want
good chunk.
a good chunk. We don't know what the chunk's going to be, but it's a good chunk, and we want things rolling, all right? So what we're going to like to do is take a walk over to the mountain and show you Buffalo Creek for real. I'm going to walk in the woods. Amanda's going to show us the lots, the road. We do have a road right here all the way back into here. And it's really cool because right about right here is an old home place. It's got the old fireplace still there, and it's got an old wire fence for a front yard. It's got the ornate looking wire. It's got little hearts in it. And this is a big, huge, like we call them, hollers. And it's really nice, and a little creek running through it.
Okay.
super beautiful. So we're going to take you to Buffalo Creek. This is a community that is actively ready to go. We don't have to wait on any kind of planning commissions. We don't have to wait on anything officials. This is our land. It's paid for. It's ready to go. All I need to do is get people continually interested in what we're doing. And then we got the strategy of putting all the excavators and getting it rolling. I've already got my plan in my head. I've already marked the roads where I want them, the lots where we want them, and what we're doing. And as we clear the lots and do the roads, we'll show you more. But if you want to live in East Tennessee, you want to be a part of our community, it's $10,000 deposit or key money. This is a key money, all right? I'm going to, we've learned this term, key, right? And what it does, it gives you the right to reserve that lot. Let's say that lot is 432. That means your lot, you paid $10,000, you get lot 432. You have the right to rent it, okay? You don't own it, you have the right to rent it. You can rent it forever. And every year, you have a yearly lease, okay? And in that lease, we got deeds and restrictions and things and how we can, I put a minimum amount on there so we can protect our investments, your investment, right? And our investment, and everybody get along. We got to have a few rules. And it's year to year. So you have the right to go if you want. No more after 5 years, you can hit the road. I don't have to say, you got to stay here forever. You know, you signed a lease.
Right.
Or we do have situations where people are not being so kosher. Is that word a good word, kosher?
Oh, I wouldn't think it would be.
Why are your eyes slanted, Amanda?
I'm sleeping today.
Anyway, that's how we run it. That's how I'm doing it, because you never know who's coming in here. If we all are friends, we keep renewing the lease every year. If not, then we got to talk about it, right? So anyway, that's what we're doing. We want you to stay here forever because we're going to put a graveyard over here and you can die.
All right.
Okay.
We're getting ready to go tour Buffalo Creek right now.
Let's do it before you fall asleep holding that camera.
I know, I gotta go.
Bye.